Hi everyone, today is an update on my project Pan. There is some pretty good progress. As per always, I will be showing you the makeup that I'm using and how long it takes to use it up for me. These videos are really meant for me and for you guys to try and think about your consumption of cosmetics and how much do you truly need, how much is necessary, well, or nothing is necessary in terms of cosmetics, how much is desirable and how much is excess that is useless and toxic, in fact. So I decided to do another project pan this year and to sort of rein my spending for cosmetics back in a little bit. We have some pretty decent progress. We have some new things that I'm adding in and some things that have run out. Interestingly, the things that I finished up are not the things that I expected to have finished up necessarily, at least not all of them are, which really tells us, like, you know, sometimes you just get into the groove of using a product until it's completely done. In terms of the primer, VDL Lumi Layer Primer, it was about a third used up during previous update. During this update, it's about halfway through. So about 2 months to get through half of the primer. That's pretty decent. 4 months to get through about 30 mils, depending on the use. I've slowed it down in the last couple of weeks and started just using it around the cheek area. It's very glowy, it's very pretty, it's very luminescent. It does look like skin, and there's no glitter. So I'm pretty happy with it. It is a great primer. I still enjoy it. I have no qualms about it. Now with my Project Pan, if I hate something or something's not working out, I have no problem letting go of it. This particular primer is actually a very good choice, so I will continue using it. As per usual, no idea what's going on with the foundation. I'm using it. I'm using it mostly with a sponge because I really like the finish with it, with the sponge. I'm using it in a very small amount in a thin layer, so I think there's some ways to go still with the foundation. It's Estee Lauder Double Wear Light Soft Matte Hydro Makeup. I like the finish. The coverage is very light, so if you like lightweight skin finish, this is a pretty good foundation. I have enjoyed it. I don't think there's a whole lot left over, so I don't think that this will last me all that long. Maybe 1 to 2 more updates, I think, because it was like 3/4 used up when I started or so. So no way for me to tell what kind of progress I'm making on the foundation, but the squeezy tube definitely is getting lighter and more flimsy. So that tells us that yes, there's some usage going on. I am going to introduce another powder in here, a powder that I haven't had in the project before. So this is one of the new items that is going to be entering this particular project. And why am I introducing this powder? It's because I really don't have a lot left. I had to repress it because it was collecting around the edges and it was hard to get the brush into it. It's one of my favorite powders. I basically want to completely use up the refill and possibly buy a fresh one for next year. But I will use that up now because it's just, you know, when there's not a lot left, this is a perfect way to use up your products in Project Pan. This is Guerlain Lingerie de Peau Hydro Protection Nude Powder Foundation. The color is 01 Pale Beige. So this is the proper color for me. I easily repressed it. So just go and watch videos on YouTube. Lots of people repress their powder products and show you how to do it. So I have repressed it. Now it's fresh to use again, easy to use again, and my brush is picking it up just fine. So I will work on this guy and complete it hopefully within the next couple months before summer hits, because when summer hits, pale beige is no longer my color. So I think this is a good product to enter into here given the color and the timeline before the summer. So I am adding in a powder. Another powder that I do have in here is actually a finishing powder, and this is Champs-Élysées Crazy Pearls from Guerlain. This is the Meteorites pearls. Again, very difficult for me. I'm not weighing my stuff because that seems like a lot of effort, but very difficult for me to tell how much I'm using and how much is left. I mean, I'm just using it up as I am buffing my makeup whenever I apply it. What I found really great to use this powder for is actually for its intended purpose. Previously, I used it as setting powder, and now I've been using it as finishing powder, and I've been using my Guerlain one as a setting powder, and that's, I think, how I will go on using it. Now, the finishing powder is excellent if you buff it into the skin. What it does is with mask wearing, and you know, if you generally have a lot of transfer, if you buff the finishing powder into the finished makeup, then you can really affix it and create a surface that isn't very transferable. So it's not like waterproof or transfer proof makeup, but it is longer wearing than it would be if you didn't do that. So if you have finishing powders and you feel like using them as they are meant to be used, as finishing powders, try buffing technique and buffing them into the skin. This will give you a really beautiful finish on the skin and also a longer wearing result. So that's how I've been using these guys. I've been enjoying them, obviously, I always do. And I will continue liking this product because it's one of my favorites. Absolutely, I will continue using it, and then probably roll in another one of these once I'm done with these meteorites. Now, this was a 30-gram powder. Normally, powders are like 8, well, anywhere from 5 to 10 grams. That's a normal size of a powder. The fact that this is triple size of the powder, not surprising that it's taken me so long to use it up, because it's like using up 3 powders. So, you know, if you're wondering, should I be buying meteorites? They're anywhere from 25 to 30 grams generally. So that's a really generous amount of powder. If you're interested in meteorites, you are getting a lot of product, just in case you were wondering. Then we have 2 concealers. Again, Bare Minerals concealers, Bare Pro. These are in the stick format, which I adore, very easy to use. Now, these are not transfer proof, so you do have to set them with powder. They're easy to blend, very lightweight whipped texture. And I have 2 colors here. One of them is Fair Cool 01. That's probably the lightest color as far as I remember that they carry. And I like wearing it in a thin layer around areas of redness and also under my eyes. That's what I kind of have all over my face in a very targeted spots, and I'm not wearing any foundation today. So if you're using your concealers in a targeted way with a small brush, you really can conceal specific places you're not happy with and leave the rest of the skin breathe and look like skin. I do like this color. This color is working. I was kind of debating with myself like whether I should keep it or not because it is lighter than my skin tone. But what I do like it for is concealing slight discoloration around the mouth and the nose and also under the eyes. I am using it, so I am keeping it in and will continue using it. The second color that I have is a close match to my actual skin tone. It's a Fair Light Neutral 03. I do tend to reach for this one more and use it more frequently. I do like it very much. There is not a ton left. However, there is some still in the bullet after the top becomes flat. I am probably going to dig out the rest of the concealer from the bullet to use it up completely. Now, I don't ever do that, almost never. But I do like this concealer enough, I think, to remove the rest from the bullet, maybe into a small container and just to use it up completely. I am enjoying it. I will continue using it. So far, there's maybe a small amount of progress, but not that much on the concealers. A highlight that I've been using up, and I actually thought that it would be, you know, gone with this update. However, it is not. This is hanging on by a thread, and this is Becca Shimmery Skin Perfector pressed in rose quartz. I had to repress this guy as well because there's almost nothing left. And so I do have a little bit of it remaining still. I like the highlight is fairly lifelike, so it doesn't look like a metallic bright shine for the gods highlight. It's on me today. It's very subtle. It's easy to wear. So one of my favorites in terms of highlighting powders. I do like it. I think it'll be easy for me to use it up until before next check-in. However, I've said that last check-in and here we are. So not completely done, but like pitiful amount left. So this is a candidate for finishing up in the next update. Another cheek product I have here is my butter blush from Physicians Formula, and it's called Muru Muru Butter Blush in Plum Rose. Plum Rose is one of my favorite colors from the line, and I think if you're fair to light, this is going to be a fantastic find. Now, this is not extremely pigmented. And you can wear it as a blush, and you can wear it as sort of like a blush contour combination. As you can see, I've hit pan on it. I knew that it was going to happen because there was a pretty significant dip in the middle last time I've updated you. I've been wearing it with one of those dense fan brushes. Not the fan brushes that you can apply highlight with, the flimsy ones, but like one of the dense ones that you can apply contour and blush with. And I've been really liking it with a medium density or dense brush. That's probably also why it's picking up quite a bit of powder. The product is pretty soft, so if you're interested in project panning and you have these blushes are usually difficult to pan, especially pigmented ones. This is not highly pigmented and it is a softer texture. So these blushes from Physicians Formula are on the easier side when it comes to panning, just in case you're doing a project pan and if you want to include a blush. Physicians Formula ones, if you have one, they're easier to pan than most, although there is a decent amount of product in here. It's 7.5 grams, which is, you know, quite a bit of product. But it's, for some reason or another, these are not that hard to use and to pan and to use up. I do enjoy the color. The color is wonderful. I enjoy the texture. I enjoy how it looks on the skin. I'll probably repurchase this guy at some point. I do have a similar vibe Chanel blush that came out in the fall that I will probably replace this with and use that other one up first before repurchasing this guy. Obviously, I like them both. This one I think is going to last me well for many more updates, but it's nice to see that I am using it, and it's always satisfying to hit pan. Here we are, happily hitting pan. Let's talk brows. For brows, I have two products, one of which I also thought will be gone this update, but it isn't. And again, is a candidate to pretty much surely be used up next time. This is MAC, a matte eyeshadow in Omega. And what I do, as you can see, it's nearly completely gone, but not yet, not quite. And what I do is I like to add a little bit of makeup fixing spray, like a drop of makeup fixing spray to it, and take a like an angled brush and then fill my eyebrows. That's what I'm wearing in my eyebrows today. It's very easy to use if you like powder products for the brows. Just check your eyeshadow collection. You probably have a color that is going to suit your brows, and you can use it either as is as a powder, but I prefer to use it as a bit of a paste, kind of like a pomade, and I basically just mix a little bit of the makeup spray into it, and I have the like long-lasting makeup spray, which also makes the powder last very, very well in the eyebrows. So you get a perfect result. You get very long-lasting brow that is very quick and easy to fill in. So can't complain. I really enjoy this guy. I don't believe that it's going to survive until the next update just because there's so very little of it left. I'm happy with Omega. I've repurchased it before. I will probably buy it again, honestly, because I do think that's a very, very good color for my brows. And also you can use it as a socket color. You can use it as a contour if you are my skin tone. So I'm thinking like light to medium. You can really get away with this powder. It's cool toned, neutral to cool toned. Really great color. I will repurchase it again, but not anytime soon because I do want to get through some of my eyeshadows that I already have and own, so that nothing spoils. I'm really, really trying to get nothing to spoil. Excellent eyeshadow though, really like it and will continue using it. The other brow product that I have is this e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I haven't really been using it a ton, mostly because I was focusing on the brow powder, so probably I shouldn't have that many brow products in the project because I tend to just focus on one thing and reach for it until it's done. I suspect that this brow pencil will survive much longer than the powder. I'll probably finish the powder and then I'll start using the brow pencil more. There's not a ton left. I don't think that this is going to last all that long, but it hasn't really shifted since last time I used the brow pencil and updated you on it, just because I'm reaching for the powder at the moment and I'm just focusing on that one. So this guy is going by the wayside at the moment, but the powder's almost done, so I'll turn my attention to the brow pencil after that. The Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in the lightest color is a really, really good corrector that I totally enjoy. However, this is a great lesson to learn. Unfortunately, it started giving me some bumps under the eyes, and that hasn't happened before, so I'm assuming it actually went off and went bad because I wasn't reaching for it and I wasn't using it up on time. This is what happens when you don't use your makeup up on time. You mess around, you buy too much, and then you're not actually getting use out of the products that you do have. That's what you get. You get the spoiled product. So very good lesson for me, and I urge you to not have that happen if you can avoid it. So, I mean, I'm not going to use it now that it's expired. I'll put that away. No need to torture myself with it. In terms of eyes, I have a couple of eyeliners. Surprisingly / not surprisingly, they're both used up. Probably because eyeliners are some of my most used products, and I actually go through a lot of eyeliners in a year, like many, many eyeliners in a year. This is the testimony to how I use up my eyeliner. First off, I used up my NYX colorful eyeliner. This is Vivid Bright's eyeliner in WeHo. It is done. Now, I've used up like 95% of the pencil because what I was using it for, and it's a really beautiful green pastel, I was using it for lining my upper lash line, for waterlining on the upper lash line, for waterlining on the lower lash line, for accenting the outer corner. Like I went ham with it because I was kind of just really enjoying the color, and I have green eyes, and a green pastel green eyeliner actually looked really, really good. So I do have an eyeshadow of a similar color, so I'll probably just transition to using it, and hopefully I will continue using it because I will miss this really, really pretty pastel look that the eyeliner was giving me. Now, after like 95% of the pencil was used up, the very, very small tip that I was trying to use very carefully had finally snapped off and fell to the floor. So completely used up. I was using it a ton since the last update, like a lot, with almost every eye look. And this is a pretty soft pencil. I am in hopes to find something similar in the future. Now, green eyeliners are not difficult to come by, but the pastel ones, really, really bright ones, they are. So I'll keep an eye out and see if there's anything that screams at me, buy me in the future. I know that a green pastel eyeliner is something that I can actually get through. So this is an empty. Another empty that I have is another eyeliner. And this is a Marcel eyeliner in Vanilla Ice. This is a Chubby stick eyeliner, and I started using it not just in the inner corners, but also on the upper lip, just to give a little bit of lightness and shine and to create a better contrast with the lipstick. I was using it under my brow to brighten up and lift the brow. I was using it under the wing, just to clean up under the wing and add that brightness. And then I used it as a shadow base as well, just to see what would happen, and it wore very well. And finally, I can't sharpen it anymore. So the other side is like a little smudger that I never used ever. It's clean. I don't think I've used it even once. And the pencil I can't sharpen anymore, just not practical to continue trying. So the pencil is done as well. 2 eye pencils down. I did not think that I'll be done with them as quickly as I was, but I just went ham with the products and used them frequently during this period of time. In terms of eyeshadows, these are my MAC shadows. I have them in this little quad. I repressed them because, for instance, this brown one was kind of getting a little bit, it's densely packed and it was getting a little bit too hard. So to avoid hard pan, I just repressed it. It looks kind of crazy, but I'm not very careful with my repressing. I don't focus on it being all pretty. This peach one is a candidate for finishing up. It's definitely one that I wear a lot. I wear it generally as an all over the lid color, and then I blend other things on top of it. The white one is pretty well low. This brown one is still pretty densely packed despite the repressing, which is surprising. So normally if you repress a powder, it becomes more fluffy. Not the case with this brown, but I will continue using it. I think I can make good progress on it, and I'm not giving up on it. Today I actually have this brown powder slightly in my bronze / contour area, along with another blush closer to the front of the cheek. I like doing that sort of thing, something very neutral over here and a pop of color over here. That's a really good look, and I think both lifting, shaping, and also fresh. So I'm using this color right now more for shaping the face than I am for its eyeshadow quality or eyeshadow purpose. But it's a powder. You can use it for whatever you want. There are nobody's going to show up. Makeup police is not going to show up and tell you can't do it. Do whatever you want with it's your makeup. It's fine. And this brown one I repressed as well, since I was repressing the rest of them. It's kind of like a charcoal, dark charcoal color. And what I like doing with this is to turn it into a cake eyeliner. And today it's on me. So how do you turn a powder eyeshadow into a cake eyeliner? You can use it as a dry eyeliner, or you can add a touch, and I do the same thing as I do with my brow powder. I actually add a drop of makeup setting spray for longevity, and I make an eyeliner, like a wetter eyeliner. It gives you a lot of intensity and a longer wearing look. So this is what is going on with the eyeshadows. I think I'm just going to continue trucking through. I am going to probably use up this peach color before the next update, but then again, who knows? I'm clearly not great at predicting what I'm going to use up and what I am not going to use up. Then a couple of mascaras. We have two. One of them is Sumptuous Extreme Lash Multiplying Volume Mascara from Estee Lauder. This is kind of getting dry last time I showed it to you. Now it's pretty dry and it's started flaking, so this is used up at this point. That's the third piece that is done. And still Roller Lash from Benefit. That mascara is still going strong. It's on me today. It's one of my favorites. I really enjoy it, and I've been using it for years on and off. I've had many tubes of this. So this one continues to be a liked product. I'm not actually going to replace this mascara. I'm just going to focus on the Roller Lash and then roll in another one when that one's done. But I'm happy with the Roller Lash, and that's pretty much all I want to use right now anyway. So bye-bye Sumptuous Extreme. I really enjoyed it. And the Roller Lash is just going to continue kicking it until I finish it. Now we have a bunch of lip products. Like, there are quite a few, so lots of new additions in the lip category, mostly because I had two things in the lip category. One of them is finished and one of them it's on its way out. So the Bite Beauty Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Leche is actually done. So I knew that was going to be the case. That was not a surprise. Eyeliners were a bit of a surprise for me. The lip product, no, because it's a nude that I wore all the time, and I wore through it quickly enough to assume that this is going to be the last update in which it will appear. It is done. I've had this pencil many times. It's probably third or fourth tube of this particular lip crayon. I like it. Will I buy it again? Maybe, but right now I have a lot of lipsticks to get through, so it's not something that I'm going to be repurchasing anytime soon. But I do like the product and I would recommend it. I think it's good. So that's number 4. Product number 4 that I've used up. And I'm adding 4 lipsticks, just a heads up. The last lip product that was in previously and is still in is the lip contouring pencil from Essence in the color Under My Skin. I can barely tell because everything, like all the writing, has rubbed off completely. It's still stamped into the pencil, but the writing is all gone because I'm just using it all the time. I'm using it to line, I'm using it to fill in, I'm using it to line my eyes as well because I don't have very sensitive eyes, and lip pencils of a neutral color actually look really great around the lower lash line, for example. So I actually have used it for that too. Easy peasy. Almost done. At the rate I've been using it up, I do expect it to actually be done by next update. Again, I can't be sure, but I'm pretty certain that this is the last update you'll see the lip pencil in. I might rotate in another lip pencil, I'm not sure, but I decided to go like full on with the lipsticks. And this is probably like, there's a pretty good chance that in a few months I'll be like, I'm so sick of these three that I'm just going to roll them out and roll something else in. So these three lipsticks, I will see how it goes. This might not be a use up goal. It might be a goal to use them until you're bored with them and then roll something else in. So I'm not going to make commitments about the three lipsticks, but I will make a commitment about the lip balm, lip gloss. This is the Fenty Gloss Balm Universal Lip Luminizer and the color Fussy. This is a great lip gloss for me. It does have a very nourishing property to it. It's a little sticky, so it's not my favorite. I know it's a favorite for lots of people, and I understand why, because it has a very glossy, pretty look on the lips. It's truly a really nice looking lip gloss, but it's a little sticky, and I prefer a little bit less stickiness. But if applied in a thin layer, it still gives you that reflective, shiny, plumping property. It's not plumping, but it obviously, as any lip gloss, will make your lips appear more plump. So it still has that glossiness to it. The color is extremely neutral. This is not going to be a problem to use up, I don't think, although lip products are notorious for me for being actually a pretty slow going product. It's full, so I am putting it in, and I am making a commitment to use this guy up. So I think I'll be able to use it up. Now, with these three lipsticks, I'm not so sure. All three of them are the same formula, and these are Lys Wattier Gourmand Velours. And I have three different colors, and these are a mix and match sort of colors, meaning that I can probably mix up most colors I want out of these three, because I have a red, a neutral / nude color, and a bright pink color. So in my estimation, I'll probably be able to mix and match them quite a bit. The one that I'm most likely to reach for is Gourmand Velours in Almond Cake. And this is a very pretty neutral color. It's a good sort of nude, like darker nude with a little bit more definition, but still very neutral and nudie. Beautiful color. I've been getting good use out of it already, and I will continue to do so. Now, if any of them I have a chance of using up, it's probably this one, just because it's the neutral one. So I'm adding this guy. I don't have a particular usage goal. I just want to get good use out of them in general. The red actually is the red that I'm wearing today. It's one of my favorite reds. It's really, really good, neutral, beautiful neutral matte red. And this is Red Velvet. I do have a full bullet of it. Again, not sure how much use I'll be able to get out of it, but I'm going to try and get as much as I can. Mix as well with any other color. So sometimes I'll make a little palette on the back of my hand and mix up a color that I want, maybe with a little bit more reddish hues or a little bit fewer reddish hues. It's really pretty. And the third one of the same formula is in Cake Pop, and this is a bright pink. This is going to be a summer pink. It's not fluorescent, but it is relatively bright, and I think going to be very, very nice for spring weather. Again, this is the one that I'm least likely to reach for. I'm actually way more likely to reach for the red than I am for the pink. So these are the products that are remaining in my makeup bag. 4 of them are done. It's these 4. And I'm introducing 5 more. 1 of them is a pressed powder, and 4 of them are lip products. So this is going to be interesting. And this is going to be a lot of lip products to get through. So we'll see how it goes for me. Write down below, how are you doing with your using up of your makeup or your project pan if you're doing one? Are you having success? Are you not having success? Do you have any issues rolling things in and out? What kind of things do you use up the fastest? What kind of things do you use up the smallest amount of, or the slowest? Leave that down below. We're all curious, and we are all wanting to support each other in our quest to stop buying so much and to start just getting use out of your makeup. That's it for today. See you guys later. Have a wonderful day and good luck. Bye-bye.